game kedua guys.
Yeah, Harith
Onic
it's such a great man.
Indonesia versus tim
on
Falcon.
the point.
Yeah,
But I want to ask you about Arlott ban. Why?
probably because Arlott is such a great counter for Fanny, so they don't want that to happen in the second match. Fanny's counters are not that much heroes that can counter Fanny.
It
They played it
wait,
safe and they're like, okay, let's ban
tekan ya.
her.
Sorry.
We don't want carry headache, in the match. So yeah, very understandable. Right now we're waiting for the last ban from Lutfi from Onic. Um,
But Team Onic, they are depending on Gatogat and Labu Labu more because they are trying to deny anti tanks and anti anything that and be annoying for them.
yeah, definitely. That's correct analysis from your side. But and it's also very easy for Lapu Lapu and Gatot Kacha to go backdoor,
Yes.
to target
Fredrin.
mages or target marksmen or target gold laners, squishy heroes basically. So yeah, it's a good choice for them, and they're very good at crowd control as well. So the last ban from Onic was Fredrin, so this is going to be interesting actually. Um, Now we're waiting for the last ban from Sano, from Team Falcon. Who do you think he is going to ban?
Maybe Arlott. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Arit even.
Yeah, Harith it's such a
As
great man.
on the point.
Yeah,
But I want to
Lancelot
ask you about
Bagja
Arlott
Isensin
ban.
Glad Harit
Why?
Fredrin
probably because
Carry
Arlott is
Arlot
such a great counter
Sin.
for Fanny, so they don't want that to happen in the second match. Fanny's counters are not that much heroes that can counter Fanny, so um, they wanted to, since they didn't ban Fanny, so they were like, okay, maybe they are
Fanny
actually
Fanny
planning to
lagi
go for
ke?
Arnold, so no, let's keep Arnold out of the game. Or maybe Kari is planning to go for another hero like Suyo, for example, because I know he's very good with
Exorcist of the
Suyo.
Shadow at your service.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Granger.
That's for me curious. I'm curious now. I want to see Granger, to be honest.
That,
Granger for one.
I'm speechless. Is he going for a jungle
Granger?
Granger, or is he going gold lane and leaving the jungle role to
Akai and
Lutfi,
Moscow.
actually?
They are hovering on these both. Most
Interesting.
they remove carry and they have another pick for Moscow
Moskov
for anti
Akai.
tanks and they can like easier. If they are comfortable with Moscow, it will be like some chances on their hands.
Probably yes. Now we're waiting for the last pick from Onic, Lutfi. Is he going? Is he going to play the jungle role, or did actually Kyrie pick Granger for Lutfi?
Baratus
Okay,
Barat.
Barat.
long
Okay.
time.
Okay, so
Wow.
Barat is going to be the jungler for this match, and Skylar is actually playing with Granger, so they were actually picking for each other. So yeah, that's very nice of them.
Now the draft it's equal for me. Like the picture, the puzzle was like missing piece, but now little equal for both because there is Akai in the jungle and there is Baratus in the jungle.
It's not going to be an easy game, by the way, for both
No.
teams. It's
For
not going to
both
be an easy game.
teams?
Yeah, it's not going to be an easy game because I see the damage output for both teams are actually almost equal, and the tankiness and the sustainability is also, and the survivability also is equal for both teams. So, not right now, the people with the highest experience will show up right now.
You will go with who?
The heart or the mind,
Mine.
Onic.
Alisa.
On Indonesia has the advantage after the game one. So the big question right now, are we gonna see a clean series or Team Falcons is gonna prove us wrong?
Hopefully, yes.
Testers,
Hopefully,
take it
yes.
away.
Well, welcome to game 2 here. Once again, a do or die right now for Team Falcons going against Onic from Indonesia. And it's me, Nice with Wolf, to bring it the action. Man, Wolf, I've been asking for this, man. I finally got it. It's my wish list for games of the future. I wanted to see the Barretts come through. I know it was played by Kyrie earlier on in the group stage.
That's right.
And it had to be the longest game so far that we've had. I think it was a 31-minute game. And whoa, Troll, 1 HP, by the way.
Oh, udah
Flicker
sekarat
burn.
aja tuh.
That's not good for Team Falcons off to the start. But here, this is the interesting thing. This what I wanted to pick your brain about this. The Barracks, after the buff that from the patch, look at the emblem Kyrie's running with too.
Killing spree. Yeah, I guess because it's very difficult for you to proc the ignition. Impure Rage is not gonna help you. Concussive Blast is not gonna be useful for a jungler anyways. Yeah, even for the killing spree. I think this is a damage barrage as well. You get so much sustain actually. Because you don't have to really worry about your HP. All you want to do is make sure that you put your enemies low enough, you know? Be active in the map, that's what I'm very saying. And now, speaking of being active, B-Boy and Suns, Gatot Kacha as well as La Farsa, this is such a strong combo in the mid lane. But they're gonna be up against Kalia with his Kimi, which is also, I would say, a stronger competitive. So it's gonna be a lot of aggression coming up from T-Falcons as well as Onic. The advantage that you get from the Barretts, because there was one time where it's like Baksha versus Fredrin, Barretts, and Akai. Where Akai counters Fredrin, but Barretts counters Akai in a way that you cannot get stunned when you're casting Daytona's Welcome during the ultimate. So it kind of nullifies the overall strength of an Akai, wherein you want to
Nih
pin down your
Barret
opponents
nak
during
putra
the
kayak
friendly battle.
kena guys.
But if you're crowd controlling units, the Barretts, it's going to be difficult. So that's the ideology here for Onic, as Troll is going to be jumping up and about. Sanji on the back. Let's see what the kill stance this time, but look at that. Daytona's Welcome already committed. It's going to be Troll. Taken out. Key Boy. It's going to be sustainable for now.
Key Boy mati.
Taken out by Coffin. It looks like Team Falcons has achieved what they wanted to do. They have fended off the attack from Onic. Actually, forcing Harry out of the zone. No more Daytona's Welcome means that this could be an easy thorough take for Team Falcons. It will be unless Sans does something about it. Heavy spin retribution is there. Yeah, Onic will not get that W. Team Falcons will get the turtle.
Yeah, it was a good attempt, and they knew once that Daytona's Welcome was gone, plus the Bravest Fighter, that was to secure the kill, that Team Falcons had the opening window to go ahead and secure that, and that's what they did. You know, it was a trade for the roamers, basically, across the board, but it's the farming that's happening here, too, that's giving Onic that bit of an advantage, you know, and you'll see that happen here time and time again, the way that they rotate around the map. Now, I do like this better for Team Falcons, just in the sense that Sano is actually on a traditional marksman. We've been seeing them pop up more and more, especially on the non-YSS lineups, right? You do see a lot of fighter and even a double fighter lineup when the YSS is picked up. But in this case, you know, they've got Sano on the Moskov. Moskov has been able to do really well so far through the majority of games of the future. Here's a lockdown.
Yeah, want to go for Skylar. That is a great pickup coming up from Team Falcons. They take on the gold laner. They might even take more Keyboy getting melted. They've just forced AOG, but the kill onto Skylar, that's the bigger objective that Team Falcons were able to get. Sanji just forcing the retribution. Onic has to be careful about this because when it comes to lane team scaling, they really have to depend on Skylar. They do have the Farsa though, so at least there is an additional way for them to do the damage, but
Langsung Sky Skylar. Dapat saya 10
They just got the Sky Piercer too.
But I mean, that's gonna be great for Skylar.
You just mentioned Skylar, and you know, as soon as you mentioned him, he gets a kill. That was a setup there that they went for. I'm not sure why Team Falcons and Troll stayed around that area too, but yeah, early stack for Skylar to go in and build up with. Turtle's coming up, so they're going to rotate to this. Even Skylar himself will go there. Again, Sano can stay in that lane, join the fight if he lands the SRD and decides he wants to. So right now, they're fighting for the control. Keyboy playing up front. Sanji doing the same. Feathered airstrike drop down.
Nice double carries.
SOD will not land as they have found Boyet. It's going to be an ambitious killer. Luke is still outputting the damage, but Boyet going to get out of his grip. Onic will just be happy with that objective, neutral objective that they were able to take. No additional kills out there for Onic.
This is once again kind of that same situation. Oh, Keyboy! Can he jump? He can jump. Oh, he can.
The heavy spin is there. There's enough stuns in the world for Team Falcons to deny the escape from Keyboy. And they did force out the revitalize. Oh no, that's the exchange. Troll. Great kill coming up from Onic for sure, because that's a roam for roam trade-off. But yeah, Skylar. Did I see that correctly? The Counter Strike all of a sudden now picked up by Skylar?
Yeah, so I think he rushed Skypiercer is what happened because he had it before he got the kill, so he got the stack. I believe that's the path he went. Yeah, so he had Skypiercer. Oh, a jump from Keyboy.
Keyboy, mixing up Coffin. That's the Kimmy. They might be able to push. Indeed, they will. 6 minutes into this game, they have already broken the turret in the mid lane for Team Falcons. That's a great pickup coming up from Onic, in Indonesia.
Yeah, it's tough here because, you know, across the map, Team Falcons doesn't seem to be doing too bad, especially, you know, they got one of the turtles. They've been able to go ahead and make some moves across. Just, they have the one turret down on bottom, but when it comes to these fights, they're not really able to synergize really well. And again, I was going to say this before that last fight broke out. Unfortunately for Troll, he's having the same experience. You know, from game 1 down to game 2, it's really difficult for him to actually get the tsunami slams they're looking for. Again, you have to work against 2 purifies. That's one thing. The other part is this, the Barretts from Kyrie.
Skylar di
If
game
he
terus
just
deh sama
decides to go
Keyboy.
ahead and Daytona as well from Troll, it's almost an automatic kill. You're seeing the way he's playing into it. It sets things up so well with a feathered airstrike. They have control of this turtle, and Troll's just going to be zoned out. So I don't know if Team Falcons even wants to press this any further. Sanji will be fine. He'll be able to get away. But, you know, that's the thing. They're back in the... Oh, okay. That was Troll.
Kyrie kind of missed it. Well, it's a difficult ultimate to get anyways. So it's in the middle of that pixel bush. Team Falcons might just, you know, go for their one last resort here, which will be Sano.
Sano,
Be
yeah.
waiting for the late game. I think that when it comes to the value of the late game scaling, Team Falcons will have a better ultra late game compared to Onic. Question is, can they get there?
Wah, nggak
Gonna go
selamat
for
guys.
this snag onto Ludpi. Ludpi is down very quickly at that. The Team Falcons will get the pick of finally after a long while.
Sanji just chilling in the base, by the way, of Onic, just cutting the waves. He's been cutting these waves for a while now. So he's doing work. That's literally what Sanji can do on this Uranus. Go ahead and cut those waves, get that turret down. They are going to get that top turret down by the work of Sanji, which is great. And if they continue to actually try to make plays like that, that all helps them. Again, they're just trying to catch up here. Onic's still in the lead. They're still working with this 1,000+ lead at this point. But again, you know, Team Falcons has to do that. They have to be able to set things up into the heavy spin or what have you. And like you mentioned, play into late game or even the ultra late game where then Sano is online. Cuffin will get there too. That's one thing that always happens with the Kimmy. You know, the scaling on it is really great. She's able to go ahead and provide the traction pulse, which will help them even further. And eventually, too, Sanji will be tanky enough to just kind of be in the faces of everyone from Onic, you know, until, again, the itemization comes through you. There's already a Dom Ice here for Keyboy. They're building into majority of these second items right now. Even for Skylar, he's got the Malefic Roar, so he's got his 3 items locked in, plus the Rapid Boots. Lord is up, though. So I'm wondering if with everything that's happened here in the past couple minutes, which hasn't been too much other than some pickoffs, will Team Falcons contest this? They're going to keep Sano up top. Yep. He'll just throw the spear to join this fight. Where is Troll going to go for?
Let's see. Ludpi starts the fight, trying to go for Coffin, but Troll actually lifts him up. Sanji onto the lines of Onic. B-Boy jumping to nothing at this point. San's going to be cancelled, but he did pop the Predator Airstrikes. There will be a kill. Daytona's welcome being charged. Kyrie will just cancel that out.
Oh, Sano will get that turret.
Yeah, Sano will be able to push up top. It's going to be good. So far, Team Falcons have won the macro battle as they have taken out the upper turrets, both on the top lane and into the bottom lane of Onic. Whereas Onic only got a kill onto Troll, which is, if you think about it, not that much of a problem for Team Falcons. I would say Team Falcons have won that exchange.
Yeah, Sano's still staying up there too. Lutby is there this time to kind of manage that wave. B-Boy goes in with the Unbreakable. Oh,
okay, they want to go. That's Spear of Destruction connecting onto the Batman Scroll. Is going to be taken out, but Skylar is in trouble. Skylar down. Now there is the kill. Kyrie gets the kill onto Sano, which is going to be massive. Heavy spin on coming up from Boya to take out Kyrie. That's the jungler of Onic down. Massive win for Team Falcons, but they did lose their jungler. Their
Mati
gold
ya
laner, I
Skylar sama
mean,
Kairi ya.
but they take out the core heroes from Onic. That's the jungler and the gold laner.
It's a
E-boy with
great
10%
fight.
HP.
Tibo ya
We
sekarat
still want to
lagi.
fight this. Oh no, the Feather Airstrike will not become up with the Unbreakable. Sanji sees that he can get a kill onto Keyboy. They stop the Feathered Airstrike. Sans has to fly away from this Uranus. Unfortunately for Onic, they will have the Flying Clouds in their favor. Skylar is here, and Team Falcons also feels that way. Gonna have to get back. Sano makes the beeline towards the top lane. Will be answered by Ludwig. Very smart for the Lapu-Lapu to be there, but now look at this. Troll has the ultimate, has the flicker. They can make a play up top. Ludwig has to be careful about this. He does not know. Troll, there's the jump, there's the snag. Do they have enough? They
Diangkatnya
have
pas
the
di
damage.
tembok.
Ludwig still surviving for now. Bumps the bravest fighter. In comes Sans. But the outplay coming up from Sano is there. Troll,
Nice.
Ludwig in the exchange. Ludwig survives that for God knows how. And now Sanji, he will return the favor. Onic wants to get a kill this time. Boyet mans the backlines. Onic did not see that. A little bit of maneuver come from Boyet. He sees Kyrie. Just knocks him up. They find the Farsa, but Sans will just pop the Purify this time. And they know Onic, they can just reset. They know that the heavy spin is not there, not available. As Ludwig is looking for that long lane defense. Up top, Sanji. Oh no, it's quite low. That's the Uranus. Oh, Kyrie
go
just
for the Lord.
winning this Lord though. They
Yeah,
want to go
look,
for this
yeah.
one. Fader, there's like this
Nice,
kill,
dapat
it's
Kyrie,
gonna
guys.
smoke them, and Kyrie gets the retribution up. Sanji taken out. In exchange for Keyboy,
Sano.
Kyrie surviving
Wah,
for now. Sano
bahaya
no damage.
maskotnya.
Kyrie just mans up and just sacrifices himself. The deed is done. He was able to use the Daytona's welcome.
Udah
That is the
menggila
plan to
maskotnya.
get out of it. He eats this Akai, then pops the retribution. And Onic will get the Lord because of that.
Oh man, that was probably the longest fight for like what, the first Lord of the game right there. And you know, it's so funny to see that interaction between a Barrett, how he can just go ahead, Daytona's welcome the Akai, but the Akai can essentially kind of do the same thing if he's able to go ahead and get past that Daytona's welcome and push him away. So Lord was secured. They're still playing into this. Troll could be in trouble here.
Dapat tuh, dapat tuh.
Troll just manhandled by Skylar as well as Sans. Look at that kiting that they did. Ludwig,
AOG?
is he in trouble? No. AOG is there to save him, to help him in. Comes the heavy spin out of Sans. Perfect target coming out from Boyet. They take out the massive AoE coming out from Onic. And what was that coming out from Coffin with the traction pulse? Catching two members of Onic. Did not score a kill though, but they did defend. Team Falcons are really good at this when it comes to their re-engage. They might not have taken out the lead that Onic has built, but they have survived. And that is what matters most here for the Moscow.
Yeah, that's great. Again, Team Falcons, despite, you know, that bit of a deficit they had against Onic, they're able and capable of fighting against this lineup with this composition that they have. Like you mentioned, a big component to that was Cuffin's traction pulse. If they can get that, and it's a little difficult for Onic to actually catch Cuffin too. Like if he has a flicker or not. Again, this mobility that Kimmy has is difficult to catch. Plus the Moskov, so it's like that's why Troll has died so many times.
Oh,
Man, 'cause he's the target for Onic. And Troll, in a way, as you look at the stacks here for Skylar specifically, for Troll, if he dies at this point, it's not too bad. As if he's able to just get a Tsunami Slam or, you know, even the title strike or whatever he's able to do is his job as a player. You're going to expect him to die many more times, but it's more so giving that space for Sano and Cuffin to an extent to go ahead and make this work. You know, Boyet as well has been so good on the Akai. 3-0-5, using that heavy spin the way that he needs to.
Item
And
lagi tuh
you're
maskot.
looking at the items falling into place for them now too. Looking at Sano, completely online. I know there's a little bit of an advantage here for Skylar, but Sano is where he needs to be. He picked up the Malefic gun too. He's most likely going to have the Wind of Nature next, so he has a little bit of that defense. And even for the rest, that's why Cuffin's damage hurt so much. He's got his Divine Glaive, the wings, and then the glowing wand. So it's all good. It's all stacked up. And you can see this with the build that Troll has too. His job is just, I want to go get these, I want to get these Tsunami Slams off. I want to get these abilities off. If I die, I die.
Yeah. Even when Onic is leading by 1,000 kills, you can argue that there's a distinct advantage for Team Falcons, which is Coffin having that. Because if you think about the gold laners, they're pretty much not dead at this point. Kyrie as well as Boyd essentially the same amount of farm.
Moskap won.
But Coffin has a little bit of an advantage over Suns, and this is a DPS. But now, Lutpi wants to go for this kill onto Sano. Sano is like stealing though, but Lutpi reaches him. Troll trying his best to control this Lapu-Lapu, but they're trying to outplay this one. Look at that, another stun. Lutpi is surviving for now. And this is a 3 versus 4 in the turret. Lutpi's
Itu
still
duel di
surviving.
bawah, harusnya
Meanwhile,
dapat lot
Kyrie
ini.
looks for that ultimate onto Boy, and they want to get this retribution up.
Nice.
Who gets this? This is going to be Kyrie. T-Boy now going to be pinned down,
Luffy's
but
still
it comes the
2v1.
ultimate.
Si Boya mati
Lutfi's
lagi.
still winning the 2v1 out there. Kyrie is low, but it
Aduh,
comes Skylar to deal the damage. Coffin misses the bolts. And
Dapat,
now
dapat.
the damage is there coming up from Skylar. Boy might be
Aduh,
in trouble because of
energinya
this.
habis guys.
And that's the shutdown indeed. Sans and Skylar combining to deal the damage that they needed to take out Boyet. They also take the Lord. And while that's happening, Lutpi just bought
man.
enough time, dude. He should not survive that long, but he did.
Wolf. Oh, no sense. He purified.
Ah,
He's not getting away from that.
offset
Good layering there from Team Falcons, but I was gonna say Luffy, the
Yes, he is,
bravest fighter,
man.
man. 2v1, but once again,
Literally the bravest fighter.
yeah, but once again, it doesn't matter. This Lord results into basically nothing for Onic. Team Falcons keeping it together. Let's look at the replay here. All right, we got 3 cams, but this is the Lord fight. Luffy doing 2v1. Channeling that Lapu Lapu right here. Amazing that he's able to do that, but once again, because of the way this went, Onic essentially doesn't get too much off the Lord take. And it was just a great way to go ahead and defend and make things work for Team Falcons. Staying into that game, you can see they're not getting what they want off these Lord takes.
Teams like Onic, Indonesia, or Onic Esports with his Barretts. It's just so difficult to close out games already at late game. Eventually, Team Falcons will have better scaling overall against Onic. Not to say that Onic doesn't have their late game prowess. I still feel like they can, but when it comes to like just the quality of heroes that they can give, Team Falcons, this Kimi with this Moskov, definitely having the tools to deal with Onic in this latter portions of the game. In fact, you can argue that this 1.4k lead of Onic doesn't matter as much, especially because they haven't been able to push an inhibitor turret against Team Falcons. So this is such an even game up at this point, despite the fact that Onic has led by, when it comes to the goal, they have led by 1,000, 2,000 for the longest time. It feels very even as of this moment.
Let's say the majority of the game has been very even. The way this is played. Whoa, we're jumping in. They just want this turret, I think.
Yeah, they actually forced the figure out to Sano. The feathered airstrike is not going to be used yet by Suns, but just the AOG is enough. The fact that T-Boy did not die, it's actually more than here. Getting the purple buff, they will get it. All the while, Lutpi was been able to push. A little bit of war of attrition in there that Onic won that region, just because of the fact that they have taken on the turret.
Yeah, so again, it's those small things that kind of add up here. Oh, are they going to go for
Having to
Sano?
go for display.
They know he
They
doesn't
know
have
that's-
flicker.
Yeah, that's right.
Kayak tahu sih Moskap ini.
If you overstep here, it's gonna be difficult for you. They do have the sentry. They're not popping just yet.
Yeah,
they have
he'll
shown
be okay.
themselves, yeah.
Yeah. Luffy's gonna say there. Look who's coming up there, though, too. Troll, just in case, So the senses of Team Falcons here are on point. Again, they know the timer for the flicker. It's still down for a whole minute. And so if they choose to make a play, and that's why you see Onic trying to decide, do we actually want to make a play here for Sano? Because obviously if Sano's out of the picture, that's a big part of Team Falcon's lineup gone. And so it's a stalemate for this Lord. Again, with this Lord being nearly at 20-minute mark, evolved, much stronger, much more difficult to take. And that's why you see this kind of positioning here from Onic plus Team Falcons. Really undeciding that, so yeah. Sana, as long as that flicker's up, he'll be fine. Like, so they just want to delay for now.
Up the sentry up top to scout up where Luffy is. 3 versus 3 upcoming in this Lord fight, Lord pit, or the Lord pit. Sans is far away as well as Luffy. And you would understand why the Moskov is far away. You can just pop the SOD. It's a classic play anyways. Sun's gonna be scouted out by Troll. Onic are biding their time.
Wah,
They want to go
sekarang
control this time, but that's the feather airstrike. At this point, though, that's just 26
bisa
seconds
sih
hold
nih
up, so
paksa load guys.
Plus, I think he's taking purple, I think.
probably.
Yeah, he should have it. I think they're still going to wait there patiently until they get the signal from the rest of Onic. Right now, Team
Aduh,
Falcons will
dulu
invite.
itu ya, dulu
Oh,
itu
the
dia.
heavy spin committed very early on as well as the ultimate. Oh, the SOD onto Skylar. Skylar in
Aduh,
trouble on
Winter
Sano.
lagi.
Oh,
Skylar.
Sano is going to be able to take out Skylar. And now Keyboy might be next. Sano looking for a
Aduh.
target to lift up those stuns. Is bursted down. 3 members of Onic gone just like that. And seems like Team Falcons are just so clean with it. And it's all started
Wah,
by the
enak ini
SOD.
guys.
A heavy spin that Onic did not expect. Now they're pushing. They do have all the damage in the world. This is Kimi and Moskov. Lutpi and T-Boy, can they defend? So far, they have cleared out the bottom lane wave. Team Falcons will push in the middle. Sans is still so far out. 20 more seconds that they have to wait now.
Aduh, udah
Two
menang
lanes of
tadi.
minions going in. There's a tsunami slam on it
Ah.
to T-Boy.
Oh, the
T-Boy
lockdown.
will not be able to defend. Lutpi, can you go up against 5? Looks like the answer is no. He's getting belted
Ah.
down, and that's it. Team Falcons for the 3rd time, or maybe 4th time. How many times have we
Motor,
seen
eh.
these guys force a game at number 3?
Oh, Team Falcons. Off a 1 delayed Lord take, choose the fight. They gotta be proud of that one, Wolf. That took so much discipline from them to wait for those battle spells to be up, to wait for the right resources to be up, to join this fight
Lihat, lihat
for that
nih.
Lord later on. And like you said, you know, it was the positioning that just caught Onic off guard too, you know, and it was great Spear of Destruction, by the way, earlier on, that allowed Sano to go 1v1 against Skylar in the jungle there. So just great to see. We're gonna throw it over to the panel to break down game 2.
Wow, wow, wow. Surprises are coming. I did not expect that one from happening. I have no words. No words. Soldier?
To be honest, little bit I was predicted because Team Falcons sometimes they are giving one chance. Let's test what's going on, and if we will lose, this is our mistake. But if we win, this is another chance we are making. So they won the second match. It was a close game for both. It was Onyx sometimes like they are winning in the beginning, but Team Falcons they are like they know how to focus on the game. They know how to minimize the little mistakes they are doing in the first.
That is very true, actually. Congratulations to Team Falcons for this win.
Nah, itu
They
bete
had
bull
amazing
suaranya
control
guys.
over the game from the
Kalau
beginning
itu bull.
of the match until the end. It was actually not very easy for them, but they managed to actually get the win by their patience, by their planning. They were very calm while they were playing. They were very strategic. They didn't get emotional, and that's what we got from them. That's the win that we got for Team
Game
Falcons.
tiga.
So I'm very, very, very proud of them to win a match against Onic.
And I know you're